So anyway guys, so what I'm doing now is I'm learning very quickly about life. I'm enjoying myself and I'm looking for ways to improve myself personally, and I want to grow myself. So what I want to do now is just help myself to relax and listen to music while I speak to you guys. And I'm learning very quickly about life. So what I want to do now, I want to grow. I want to put things into perspective for myself over here. And I'm learning very quickly about life, so what I want to do is grow myself the best way I can. So that means controlling myself and helping myself to deliver content. So what I want to do now is just grow, and I want to help myself to explain some things, and I have a lot to do around life. But now, since I'm actually outperforming myself in music production, I'm doing a great job. I'm doing a great job in music production, and I want to do a better job, of course, but that's just the way it is. So what I'm doing is growing myself differently, and helping myself to deliver content. So I'm calling my mum now to speak to her, and let's see if she wakes up and if she picks up. I'm learning very quickly about helping myself. So anyway guys, so now I'm just doing my life over here. I'm understanding to make a life coaching video, and I want to develop myself much more so I can develop my peace of mind. I see it's just the way it is, guys. So I'm learning very quickly about growing myself much more. I have to have a shower, I have to brush my teeth, I have to warm up, I have to do a better job. So it's much more how I feel, and I'm learning very quickly about life. So what I can do is I can read, I can perform, I can develop myself much better. I'm developing myself so much more, so I'm developing my heart, and I'm making a beautiful track with Diego Bay, and it's actually nice and beautiful. So what I want to do is just be patient. I have to be patient. I have to develop myself in a better way. So what I want to do is I want to keep going. I want to go to Centrelink very soon so I can get my disability support pension. I want to see what's the process over here, so now I'm growing myself and I'm developing strategies to grow. I have to follow up with these people so I can get my disability support pension. And I'm learning very quickly about life, so I just got myself a new plugin, and I'm learning very quickly to develop myself. So I love my new track with Diego Bay, Let's Dance Again. I'm learning to develop myself, so what I want to do is grow and outgrow myself to become the best version of myself. I have new clothing as well, so it's much more how I feel, and what I want to do is grow, so it's much more how I feel. So now, since I'm actually doing a great job for myself now, and what I want to do is grow so I can develop myself, so it's much more how I feel. So it's much more how I need to develop. So a live coaching video right now must do the trick, but I want to upload my content first online. I want to upload all my content online first. I made a Jujudan remix, and I'm developing myself in different ways. So I have a new message. I see the Jenna. See you serious and say hi, you there? Yes, sure, will be fun. I say, sounds good, would be good to work on it. I got told to send me a custom offer. See, let's have a look. I'll just go and reply to her. Let me have a look. I see I just get this vocalist, and I have 3 vocalists. now to grow myself, so it's much more how I feel. So once she sends me her custom offer, I go and do that for myself, so it's more how I feel. So I'm learning very quickly about life, so it's more how I can always edit my music tracks. I can edit my music tracks, no worries. And I'm learning very quickly about life and developing myself, so it's much more how I need to go. And I just make a new offer and that's it. So it's much more how I feel. So I'm learning very quickly about life. So what I need to do to grow myself is give more ideas. I have to give more ideas. I have to document my life, but that's the only thing I can do. So it's more how I feel. So it's much more how I need to grow. So what I can do now is just study something. I can develop myself. And that's it. I have 3 vocalists coming up now with 3 of my tracks. And I'm focusing on doing a greater job for myself. So it's much more how I feel. So what I want to do is grow. So it's much more how it is. I'm developing. So much more now. So that's what I can do to fix my life in a better way. So it's much more how I need to grow. So I'm developing, so it's much more how I need to develop myself, and as I develop myself I'm doing a better job. So the vocal versions of a track is much better than the instrumental because it's extra melody, and that's why. So that's the way it is. I'm ready to just code something and I'm ready to just upload my content first online. So it's much more how I feel. I'm stuck at home now, but I love being at home. So it's much more how my house is in my words. And I live in my words daily, and I'm learning very quickly about life, so it's much more how I need to grow. I see it's much more how I'm developing my music talent, so I'm learning very quickly about life. So it's much more how I need to develop. So I like the way it is. I like how my music track with Diego Bay, Let's Dance Again, is. So it's much more how he's doing a great job. So I'm learning. I'm learning to quickly do a great job for myself. So it's much more how I feel. So I need to grow. So it's much more how I feel. So I'm developing myself much more. And Jenna can do a job as well, and she can also sing. And she's not expensive as well. I mean, she's around $100 to have her around. So it's much more how I feel. And I'm learning very quickly about life. So I'm working with people and I'm giving the money for her as well. So it's much more how you build a portfolio of music, and the more music you have, the better. So it's much more how I feel. I feel that my music tracks that I have is nice and beautiful, so it's much more how it is. So I'm developing myself, so it's much more how you guys need to develop. And I'm learning very quickly about life. And that's the way it is. So what I'm doing now is just walking around. I'm walking around and I'm developing myself, so and I'm learning very quickly about life. So I'm doing a great job with vocals. I'm doing a great job with making music that is going with the vocals, and it's actually working out for me. So I'm developing myself in the best way possible, and I need to grow myself. I'm losing weight as well to some extent because I'm not eating hummus and peanut butter. I'm on a diet from hummus and peanut butter, lullaby, which means I save money, and I'm learning very quickly about life, and I'm learning how to grow myself. So what I need to do is grow. So I'm learning very quickly about life. So it's much more how I feel. So what I need to do is upload my content. I need to upload my content online. And that's it. I just keep uploading content. And I'm learning very quickly about helping myself grow. And that's it. So I'm learning very quickly about how to develop. So as I develop myself, I'm looking for better ways and ideas to give you guys. I can read something, but I feel like just standing up and talking. I see, so am I bored? I'm not sure I'm not bored. I see it's much more how it is. I see it's much more how I feel. So I'm learning how to develop myself. So it's much more how I feel. I'm putting money into the business. I'm putting money into my business. And the more money you pour into music, the better for you. And the more you learn and the more you have a better time with yourself. So it's much more how I feel. And I'm learning very quickly about life. So it's much more how I need to grow. So what I want to do is grow. So it's much more how I feel. And now when I go to my mum's house, I'm not coming back to Australia. I see, so it's much more like my dad, for example, gave me all he could, but I never want to be in Australia. I never want to be in Australia. I want to grow myself differently, and I want to help myself to improve. So it's much more how it is. See, my dad has an old age pension and he can go to Serbia and live like a king over there. But he wants to stay in Australia. If I were him, I would go to Australia. I would go to Serbia, back to my country. And why is that? Because he gets $900 a fortnight, and he can live in Serbia like a king over there. That's much more how I feel. So it's much more how I need to do a better job. So it's much more how I feel. So it's much more how I feel. So I'm developing myself. So it's much more how, the more you work with people, the better. So you have to do something. So it's much more how I feel. So let's have a look over here. I'm developing, so let's have a look. I see thanks, it will be the same package as before to write and sing. I have no worries. I have no worries about that. I have no worries. I just told her I have no worries. I have no worries. Please send custom offer. And that's it. I just put XOXO. I'm learning very quickly about life, so much more how she said it's going to be the same package as before, so I give her money, and I learned to develop myself much better. I just get these vocals and that's it. Actually, next on the 9th of November I'll go get my DJ deck, and once I get my DJ deck I can practice and I can DJ and start DJing my music, and I need to practice as well, so it's much more how I feel. So now what I want to do is grow, so it's much more how I feel. So it's much more how, if you want to grow, then you have to read something and you have to consume content and you have to provide content. So it's much more how it is. But I'm developing myself and I'm growing from what I say and do, so it's much more how I feel. So it's much more how I feel I need to grow, so I'm developing myself. So it's much more how I feel to grow. So as I grow myself, I'm loving life. So as I grow myself, I'm looking for better ideas to give you guys, and I'm documenting everything and posting everything into my Mega Drive, and forever people can always see my content. So it's much more how this year in 2021 I really worked on my music tracks, and I have around 1 terabyte of information just in my music production for 2021, and that's much more how it is. So I'm growing myself and I'm developing skill sets. So as I grow myself, I'm learning very quickly to learn and grow, and I'm developing myself. So it's much more how I feel. So it's much more how life is different, and life goes its own way. So it's much more how I feel. So it's much more how I need to grow. So that's it. Obviously, as you grow yourself, that you learn how to grow and you learn how to become a better version of yourself. And it's much more how I feel. So what I want to do now is just grow, and I want to develop content. But what else can I do around Australia now? I can go swimming pools, I can stay at home, I can read something, I can produce content, and that's it. I can produce music, I can produce content. So you have to be a producer of content, because that way you're growing yourself much more. I upload my content online, I upload my techno set online, and that way I'm growing myself. And I'm mixing my music tracks much more easier. And that's how it is. So I'm learning very quickly about life, so it's much more how I'm developing content. So as I grow myself differently, I'm learning very quickly about life, so that's how you have to grow. So it's much more how I feel. So as I grow myself, I'm looking for better ideas. I'm looking to give you guys as much as I can. So what I need to do is grow. So I understand with music production right now, I just let it be. I let it be. I can read content, I can consume content, but at the same time I want to grow myself with words. So it's much more how I feel. And I'm learning how to develop. So it's much more how I feel. So as you grow yourself, you learn and you grow. And as I grow, I'm learning very quickly about helping myself to learn and grow. So it's not sure how my dad's providing me free accommodation and free living. And I'm learning how to understand straight away to grow myself and to develop my content. And I'm learning how to have a greater legacy than other people, so I'm learning very quickly about life. So it's not sure how it is. So as I grow myself, I'm learning to base content online so that I can grow myself, so I understand straight away how, as I grow myself, how I can grow. So I have some nice and beautiful music, and it's not sure how I feel. So it's not sure how I need to go, and life goes on. So as I grow myself, I'm learning very quickly about life. So Diego Bay sent me his demo version of my track with his vocals, and it sounds amazing. And all I can say is I love him, and he's a good guy. And I focus upon understanding straight away I'm not gay, but I just focus on helping myself to grow. So it's not sure how it is, guys. I'm learning to produce content, but all I can do is a live coaching video. I can do some live coaching, and it's not sure how it is. So why not? Why not? I'm learning how to grow. So I talk about communicational skills, and I'm learning how to plan my life on a video camera. I'm learning how to grow, so as I grow myself, I'm developing my heart and I'm developing myself, so it's not sure how it is. So I'm learning to grow, so that's what I need to do always. And that's how it is, so I'm learning how Diego Bay does the job. Actually, the guys are great at singing. I'll do my best job to develop. So my sub bass is doing excellent in my music track, and I'm learning how to develop. So it's much more how it is. So it's much more how I need to grow. And as I grow myself, I find a better way. So let's have a look at Jenna, and did she send a custom offer? Let's have a look. I have sent her, that's okay. So yeah, custom proposal. So yeah, I pay her. It's about $100 for her vocal. Well, that's all government's money anyway. So I'll give $150. I transfer this from GoalSaver to Streamline Basic account, and I go and give her money now. I pay her now. So she's $77 Australian, and I get money through PayPal. So it's not sure how I develop. So it's not sure how it is. I pay now, and I tell her that I paid, and I'm just going to tell her that I paid. Let's have a look over here. I'll tell her that I paid now. I learned to grow myself differently, guys. So hope that's okay. I just paid. Let's see anyway. I just paid XOXO. And XO stands for hugs and kisses. So when you write XOXO, you really mean hugs and kisses. So it's much more how I do my financing now. I do my financing. I have 600. I have $700, and that's it. I mean, $107 I gave her. But at least I have a vocal track. I put $107. Let's see, $107, $0.59. And I learned to grow myself over here. So vocalist. And I give it another point of view over here. So for vocalist. See vocalist, and that's that. I said this year I gave $2,000. I gave $2,000 for my music production. And what else is over here? I have daily over here. I have daily vocalist. So today I did go get food and drinks. So on the 29th. So let's have a look. I see on the 29th I gave money. I say $14 and $14.45. So food and drink. I gave food and drink. So it's getting hot in here. So I gave Spotify $11.99. I gave Spotify $11.99. So Spotify. So Spotify. That's see Fader Pro. See Fader Pro music production. I gave that. See, it's much more how it is. See, it's hot. See, it's getting hot in here. So there you go. I see now I have 3 vocalists working on my music tracks. I have Iparisodopia in terms of Iparadisobia and Armobia, and also with Let's Dance Again with my music tracks. So they're all my music tracks. And I'm growing myself now, so it's much more how you have to give money to perform, and you have to do a better job for yourself. So what I want to do is a live coaching video, and let's do it. And give a live coaching video. I see, guys, so I just made a beautiful track with Diego Bay, Let's Dance Again, and it's actually going great. So what I want to do now is just grow. I want to help myself to just do a better job for myself, and I'm focusing on loving my life. So what I want to do now is just grow. I have uploading to do, and I want to see straight away what's happening with this. And let's have a look. See, the processing is started. See, my video is still processing. So far so good. I'm learning very quickly about life. I'm helping myself to develop content, and I'm delivering content, so it's much more how it is. And yeah, I feel that no matter what, as I grow myself, I'm building a repertoire of music for myself, and I'm learning very quickly about life. So what I want to do is I want to go ahead and delete my playlist. And I never want to delete my playlist, I want to delete a video from my playlist. So let's have a look over here. And why am I doing that? Because I have something to do over here. I have to delete this techno set because I'm uploading the same techno set but just in a bigger format. And before I delete this, I want to copy and paste some information into another video. So let me go and do that first. So it's very important, so I do this now, and then I have to edit my video. And yeah, see, now that's done. I go into my playlist and I delete that episode. I delete this episode right here, and I replace it with my other episode. So what I do now is I save the playlist, music soundtracks. I get out my laptop. I go get my laptop so I can do that for myself. And I'm developing myself. Oh, talking to you. So you guys are my audience, and I'm developing a life. So let's have a look over here. I gave more than enough money for vocals, and what I want to do is grow myself. So let's have a look over here at what's happening. I want to go into my playlist over here. I'm going to go into my playlist and I want to edit my playlist. So I'm not tired right now. I'm doing great. So here it is. So all I want to do is place that course right here, and that's it. See, now that's beautiful. I welcome you guys back into my radio show, and what I want to do now is develop myself over here. So let's have a look. I edit video. I can talk to you guys while doing it. So it's much more how I need to do it via my phone, and I can do that. I welcome you guys back into my radio show. So it's much more how I feel down. I need to develop myself over here. I'm going to do it with my phone. It's much better for me. So a little bit. I have to edit my video. So as I edit my video, I'm doing better. And yeah. So anyway guys, so what I'm doing now is listening to music while speaking to you guys. And I'm learning very quickly about quitting smoking very soon. So I'm learning how to deal with my life, and I'm helping myself to deliver content. So it's much more how I feel, so it's much more how I need to grow. I see anyway. I see what can I do now. See, all I can do is just talk much more words now and relax. and I wanna develop myself, and that's it. I see. Anyway, I'm learning very quickly about life, so it's much more how I need to grow. But what can I do to grow? I can read something now, and I can develop myself and my music. And I'm learning very quickly about life, so it's much more how I need to develop. I understand everything's going away from me. I understand this life will be over in a nutshell. And I'm learning very quickly about life, but I'm living my life as a 29-year young individual. I'm performing at my best, and I'm trying to perform at my best. But I'm learning very quickly to never smoke cigarettes and to never drink caffeine either, because it doesn't get me nowhere. So what I want to do is grow myself differently, and I want to help myself to love life. So it's just the way it is. I'm learning very quickly about life, and I'm always checking my Gmail account to see if anybody replied to me in terms of airgigs.com, so that I can receive my vocals. And I'm learning very quickly about life, so it's much more how it is. And I'm developing my life. And there's only so much I can do in the moment. So it's much more how I feel. So I just want to grow myself. And yeah, I can do some music production. I can relax. I can listen to silence. And I want to play my life. I want to play the hell of the game. I have to go into Centrelink. I have to give out my disability support pension folder and letter to them to get disability support pension, and that's just so I never have to seek for a job. And I'm learning to go on the MyGov account to see what's going on there, and I'm learning very quickly about life. So what I want to do is grow myself the best way I can, so that I can help myself to deliver content, so that I can reason upon reason to deliver my life much better. I feel like just doing art now, I understand straight away that I'm developing myself the best way I can, and I'm growing myself. But life's moving on, and life's going separate ways for myself, and I'm going separate ways to everybody else. I'm going my own direction. And that's how life is. I mean, you grow up and everybody goes their own direction. It's just the way it is. So as I grow myself, I come back to the word I as I speak, and I learn how to develop myself much better. But I'm learning very quickly about life. I'm learning to develop myself. I have the presence of God with me. I can go have a bath for myself. I can have a bath, I can have a shower. I'd rather have a shower. And it's just the way it is. So as I grow myself differently, I'm definitely trying to make music count. I'm trying to do certain aspects of music production that make me want to rebel, and I'm trying to dwell upon a better life for myself. Personally, I want to see the results of Manchester United. I want to see if they're playing. So it's 1-0 for Manchester United against Tottenham, and Cristiano Ronaldo done the goal. and it's much more how I feel. That as I grow myself, I'm explaining to myself that I need to do courses and I need to try to sell products. I need to sell myself, but since I'm doing everything for free, I mean, life's gonna take me in a certain direction. And that direction is having kids. So I'm heading into that direction now. And if I do everything for free, I promise you eventually I'll get the 9 to 5 job. And then I'll look for a woman. And I have kids. And I'll continue my path that way. Working a 9 to 5 job while I have kids. And yeah. So it's much better for me, personally. And I have time. But I feel presence, I have God's presence with me over here. I'm high on caffeine. I'm learning very quickly about life. I'm learning to control myself. I have a point of view that I want to give out, that I'm heading towards my mother now. And there's no coming back to Australia. I mean, no coming back to Australia now. Because over there I get my papers. And yeah. See, it's much more how it is. I have my dad for a couple of months here. For a few months I have my dad. And I have this lifestyle over here. And yeah, I signed into the MyGov account right now so that I can develop myself. So let's have a look. I signed into the account. I see Snoop Dogg has a wife. And I'm learning very quickly about helping myself to deliver content. See MyGov. I have to sign into MyGov. So I write Danny.Milivojevic. I apologize. So Danny.Milivojevic. I apologize. Danny Milivojevic @gmail.com. And since I do that, I type in my password. So that I can get into my account. I strongly consider to help myself to succeed. I want to see what's happening with this and if they are searching for me. See, now I want to sign in. See the Bible is from who? I'm just delivering content. So I'll go into my job active account. I want to see what's going on and if I'm required to do better. See, no urgent tasks to do. See, 8th of November, which is coming up. And how much money do I have? I have some money. I have to do my financing. I'll do some financing now. I have around $750. See, on the 30th of August, I made some investments on the 30th of August. So let's have a look. I'm just growing myself. So I made $12.05 into food and drinks. So that goes into food and drinks. I made $5. $5.79 went into food. And $10.99 went into Netflix. $10.99 Netflix. And $2.99 is the music video. $2.99 music video. So I'll put that into MXP. $2.99 into music video. And what else? I see 80 cents transaction fee. 0.80 cents. Transaction fee. And yeah, and that's it. See, my financing is done. I wanna do a better job for myself. I'm learning how to grow, so it's much more how, as I grow myself, I'm performing and outperforming myself. So it's much more how it is. I feel Jesus Christ is here with me. I have omnipresence at the moment. I'm learning, I'm growing, I'm developing myself. I feel like doing a greater job for myself. I'm learning very quickly about life, and I'm performing as best as I can. So what I want to do now is just grow. I see I can read something. I can try to develop myself, or I can produce content, which I'm doing right now. And I'm learning how to grow. I'm learning to grow myself. So what I want to do now is just grow. I'm growing myself, I'm growing my aspect of life. I'm delivering content as best as I can. I'm trying to escalate a better way forward. I'm understanding that if I lose my phone, then everything's over. I'm a lie. I never lose my phone. I understand that if you were to lose your phone, then how are you going to get into Google Drive to see the key? See, now that's something, huh? I mean, how are you going to find the key? I'd rather just put a password on my phone so that nobody can get in. so they have to reset it, and it's much better for me. I never want to risk my Mega Drive to go down. I'm learning, I'm growing, and I'm delivering content. I'm helping myself to succeed. I'm learning how to grow myself the best way I can. I'm developing myself. So I remember when somebody lost their card. I see somebody lost their MasterCard, and one of my friends picked it up, and then we went and bought cigarettes with the money, and totally stupid. But I'm learning very quickly about understanding that Jesus Christ is saying for me to do better. I'm learning, I'm growing. I'm understanding that once I get to my mum's house, I have to just stay put, and I have to continue doing what I'm doing, and it's going to be very soon. See, so November, December, January, February. So November, December, January, February. I see 4 months. See in 4 months time. See, that's a long time. I'm developing myself, so it's much more how my mum wants me to go see her in February sometime. So that's 120 days away. I'll see. Anyway, see, it's much more how I have to live here with my dad, and I have nothing against my dad. I love being with him. He lets me do what I need to do. I need to outperform, I need to grow. I need to make trance music. But at the same time, I'm learning very quickly about how to do that. I'm learning to grow, I'm learning to perform the best way I can. So it's not sure how I feel. And I'm learning very quickly about being alone, and I'm alone right now. And life is living alone, and you have to learn to live alone. Because if you never learn how to live alone, then how are you going to live? You have to learn how to live alone, and you have to be someone who treasures yourself, to be able to grow and to be able to learn and grow into the best version of yourself. So it's much more how it is. I'm learning, I'm growing. I'm trying to make a legacy for myself. I'm trying to make a legacy for myself. I see there's only so much you can do every single day. See, it's more how it is. I feel like just doing I do feel good. I feel good now. I'm learning, I'm growing. I have to learn to make money. I'm just going to hit the 9 to 5 jobs. It's going to go now 9 to 5 jobs. And yeah, I see it's much more how everybody else is doing it like that. I see in Australia I never have to work a 9 to 5 job ever again, because I have disability support pension. But the thing is, with that, it's very difficult to make a kid with 28,000 bucks on your name. I see it's much more how it is. I have time freedom, I can live alone in Australia all my life. I'm set. I can outperform myself, I can deliver content, I can grow myself. So in Australia I have money, but the thing is that you cannot rely on the government to support you. I see over there at my mum's house, I cannot rely on my mum to support me always. I have to learn to make money. But what's coming up for myself in life? I see it's much more hard. I go see my calendar. I see my calendar. So let's have a look over here. I have a calendar. I have haircut. I have depot injection coming up. I have YouTube subscription. And that's it. I'm learning how to be alone. So it's much more how it is. But I have peace and quiet. I have peace and quiet. I'm learning to progress in my life. I'm moving forward. I'm learning how to grow myself differently, and I'm helping myself to deliver content. So let's have a look over here. I have to go on Gmail. That's done. I have to go in my Mega Drive. I have to go in my Mega Drive account. I just have to let it be that way because I'm uploading content into Mega Drive. I'm uploading stuff to Mega Drive. And I'm learning how to pronounce myself much better. And I'm helping myself to deliver content. So it's much more how I feel. I feel I never need Bitcoin. I never need Bitcoin. I never need stocks. I never need the crypto market. I see I have to look for what to never do. I never need cigarettes. I never need caffeine. I see what else. I never need Australia. I never need this life. I never need this life. I need Jesus Christ though. I need Jesus Christ. I see it's much more how God can get you into heaven. But it's much more how I love God anyway. I mean, God shows me in the Bible how much humble God is about life and how He's very nice and kind. I love people like that. I never need a woman. I never need kids. I never need this life. I never need anything in this life except Jesus Christ. I see there's a better life coming. I see there's something better coming in my life. I'm just here to bypass life. I'm here to see life for what it is. And I'm ready to leave. I'm just relaxing now. I'm just relaxing. I never need poker. I never need hummus and peanut butter. I never need medications. See, life is like that. See, what else? I never need the nightlife. I never need nightlife. I have to be home. I have to be at home. I'm learning to live life. I'm learning to go my own separate direction now. I never need to have sex with a woman. I thought having sex with a woman builds your confidence, but it never does. I was very stupid. I never need cancer. I never need cancer. I see, if you were to get cancer, then you have to live your life still. I mean, if worse came to worse, you still have to live life, but eventually it shall pass you by. Life is temporary in this life, but life is also eternal, and you have to understand that there's something after this life. I'm pretty sure there is an afterlife. There is a life after you pass away and you go to Jesus Christ and you go to God, and then you're truly home and you live in a better world with peace and quiet and nothing's bothering you, and you're risen from the dead. So it's more how it is. You have to learn to grow. You have to become the best version of yourself. See, there's so much to read. I mean, there's so much to read in daily life. I mean, it can consume your time. So what I do is I read as much as I can, but I try to produce more content than reading. I try to produce more content. I try to distribute content to people. I see, what can I do with my music production? I see, eventually I want to hit a nightclub. Eventually. I want to go around the world. But the thing is, I want to stay with my family. I want to stay with my family. I'm learning to grow. How much money did I give this year to music production? Let's have a look. This year I gave $2,000 and $73. So $2,073 I gave this year to music production, but last year I gave $4,465. So in 2 years I gave $6,500 for music production. And it's just the way it is. I gave more money last year. But each and every single year I give more money to have more vocalists, and to have more in my music production. But it's all eventually going to add up, and then I go and eventually have a night to myself somewhere, and I charge people at the door. I make money at my events, and yeah, it's much more how it is. I'm learning, I'm growing. But what else? I mean, what else do I never need? I never need anything in this life except Jesus Christ. I mean, that puts everything into perspective. I mean, Jesus Christ is the gatekeeper. I mean, he gets you into heaven. I mean, he gets you into a better way of life. I mean, he's the way. I mean, when you follow Jesus Christ fully, then you'll have a full life. But if you disobey Jesus Christ in a way that you never follow him in some ways, then you never get the full life that he can give you. I'm learning, I'm growing, and I'm outperforming myself the best way I can. I'm a non-smoker. I'm learning very quickly about life. I'm delivering the best content I can to persuade myself to do better. I have 2 vocalists coming up. I mean, 2 vocalists are going to give me their vocals very soon. And yeah. See, it's much more how it is. I'm learning how to perform and outperform myself. I'm growing. It's much more how it is. So what I want to do is just grow. I see what you can do is you can go and read something, and as you read you just chill and read all day long. Read something, read something, read something, read something, and then produce some content, and then read something, read something, read something, read something, and then produce some content. I mean, you constantly have to be producing content and reading. I mean, constantly. I mean, the more you read, the better you get. So just keep reading about everything. I mean, you have YouTube today. I mean, we have phones and YouTube today to grow ourselves and to read something. And you just get better and better the more you read. So anyway, guys, so I'm just over here doing my job. I'm learning how to do a better job for myself so I can grow. I see straight away I need to go and develop myself in different ways so I can grow. And it's much more how I need to go and develop myself. So it's much more how I need to develop. So what I want to do now is just relax, and I can go have a bath, and I can relax, and I can either make music or read something or go have a bath. And I'm just reading right now with Tim Ferriss. I'm reading something while talking, and I'm developing myself in the best way possible that I can. And It's much more how I feel. I see anyway, so what I want to do is grow myself. I feel like a bath, and I feel like growing myself anyway. I'm learning very quickly about life. I'm learning how to grow myself anyway, and it's much more how it is. So what I want to do is grow, and that's it. I feel like growing myself. I feel like doing a better job for myself. I feel like making sure I have all the prosperity moving forward. See, it's more how I need to grow. I need to develop. I need to consist of a greater way. And I'm stuck at home, but I love being at home. And my home is in my words. I live in my words. So it's much more, I can have a bath, I can make music, I can read something, and that's it. I can Netflix, I can listen to music, and yeah. See, now what I want to do is just grow. I can see my dad sleeping. So what I want to do is just perform and outperform myself. I want to grow into the best version of myself that I can be. And that's it.